Hey guys, this is Becca Sheffield, and I'm here to talk a little bit more about writing to reach audiences and how to make your messages extra sticky. We're going to look at some real world examples of messaging and kind of talk a little bit about how they might meet or not meet the kind of expectations for sticky message writing. And we're going to do this by looking at the ancient art of DVD writing. We're going to look at some movie taglines and some critic quotes on DVDs here and go through what we think is some sticky and some not so sticky messaging. Slumdog Millionaire, this is a really interesting one because there are two different ways that they describe this movie. The first is a soaring, crowd-pleasing fantasy that's a tale of unswerving love. So it's a lot of words, but it definitely paints a picture of kind of the type of story I'm about to get and the fact that it's very emotional and kind of a journey. The second is the feel-good movie of the year. Now, it's a little boring. There's not a lot, of ingenuity there, but it is also very direct. And one thing about sticky messaging, if I had to go back and tell you exactly what this DVD had said, I think it would be a lot easier for me to remember and recall the feel-good movie of the year than a soaring, crowd-pleasing fantasy that's a tale of unswerving love. So there is something to be said about messaging that engages the audience, but then when it really comes to sticky messaging, what's going to stick, sometimes simpler is better. Pitch Perfect. As described, completely hilarious and completely original. I wish the person who wrote it could have come up with something a little more original than completely a couple times in one sentence. There is something to be said for repetition in sticky messaging. Sometimes it can be very effective. I think even if the person had cut out the and it just said completely hilarious, completely original, that would have changed it and made the repetition a little bit more powerful than just thinking, oh, they couldn't think of another descriptor than completely, so they went with completely hilarious, completely original. Ocean's 8. This much fun should be criminal. Just no. Galaxy Quest, literally top favorite movie of all time. And the way this movie is described is really not even described. It's just the quote from our famous captain here, and it's never give up, never surrender. And that is some good sticky messaging. I could remember that from the time I was 5 years old. Never give up, never surrender. It's very simple, straightforward, sticks with the audience, sticks with whoever's trying to get engaged with this movie. And oh my gosh, if you haven't seen Galaxy Quest, it's just one of the greatest. So those are just a few examples of some sticky and some not so sticky messaging in the movie writing world. Obviously, DVDs, have fallen out of style, but they are a great example of when someone is kind of forced to burn the fluff, as we say, and use short, concise messaging to really get the message across, sell somebody within a few words. And yeah, that's a little example of how you can work on your messaging to do the same thing and hopefully make your messaging even more sticky for your audience. See ya. I don't know what I'm saying. The other one is the feel-good. Let me go back to this one.